The physiological sigh is a great breathwork technique that is very common and popular in breathwork remit. And it's popularized because of a Harvard study about the benefits of how we can use a two-part inhale and an open mouth extended exhale to really down-regulate the nervous system, the awareness of stimulus in the body, and really shift us into the parasympathetic state. Now, oftentimes the physiological sigh can be called the cyclical sigh, or has a different variation, or kind of the physiological sigh is the action of one round of it, and a cyclical nature is doing it with repetition or a few times to really use it as an immediate down-regulating tool. The way that it works is there's a two-part inhale, and there's a fullness of the inhale. So mouth closed, nasal inhale. So you're doing a full inhale. And in most cases, it's about an 80-85% inhale, or a fullness of the inhale, sometimes even up to a 90%. And usually with that fullness of the inhale, we're inflating both the belly and the chest. We have this 360 breath. But then when you get to the top or the end of that first inhale, and if we were to think it almost visually, it's almost like we're filling up everything up through the belly, the ribs, the chest, almost through the base of the clavicles. And then the second inhale is almost a last, what I would call like a little sip that fills up the base of the neck, the throat cavity, the mouth, the nasal cavity, and you're almost filling yourself up to full capacity, quote unquote full capacity. And so what's nice about that is you're very intentionally breathing all the way in, topping it up with the second inhale. So now you're full, and then you exhale. You know, you almost feel like the shoulders are dropping. You let the air out. Everything just kind of unwinds and escapes. And it's been proven that this breath and these moments where we take an intentional shift to sigh out, it helps us to really put us in a state where we can be immediately or very quickly at ease. Now, as I said, the physiological sigh or the cyclical sigh, when done in repetition, is a great way to be used at any time in the day. Even if you're walking around and you feel a little bit stressed or a little bit tense, or you have deadlines, or you feel like you're behind on your schedule, it can be a great little moment to kind of break the rhythm of that kind of anxiousness and soften you back, which gives you a little bit more space, clarity, awareness. It can be done in practice, whether in the mornings when you want to wake up, you use that to almost clear out the staleness from the sleep before you start a morning breathwork practice. I actually like to use it before meditation practice, where it's really, if I'm doing a meditation practice, so not a combined breathwork meditation practice, a meditation practice, I might just do a few physiological sighs just to kind of almost get myself ready to go. Almost like it's a quick little practice or a quick tool, right? It's kind of like setting the scene for that space and that stillness. So you'll often hear me call this a P sigh, so P for physiological, just because it feels a little bit of a long, clumsier, clinical, anatomical word. So oftentimes in a general setting or a casual setting, I'll just call it a P sigh or a two-part sigh. And we use this physiological sigh as a very effective measure to quickly down-regulate, to set the scene for spaciousness and quiet and stillness. Or you can just use it anytime you need a little bit of a quick response to any feelings or sensations or stressors that just rise up throughout the day. And you can use this as a very effective and impactful tool straight away. So something that we do quite naturally as human beings, where we just sigh and let our shoulders drop. Remember, that in its own right is a brilliant technique. And when we add just a little bit of anatomical awareness and technical shaping, it can be even more powerful, and then done in repetition can be so essential to support us every single day.